everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into my YouTube channel. I'm actually headed back from the lake. I did an instructional trip today, and I do some guiding at Lake Fork and the area lakes around that general vicinity, but I also do some instructional trips that are really centered around becoming a better fisherman, from everything from patterns to presentations to seasonal patterns to different types of fishing styles, and we just try to shape it into what the angler's looking for to try to get better and try to answer all the questions that they might have in the course of a day of fishing. And we just get out there and kind of let the day unfold, and also kind of share my mindset as we go through the day of finding fish. So I wanted to take this time to do another Windshield Time episode, and Robbie Mahaffey, I hope I said that right, he wrote in one of the videos in the comment section. He had a question about, and I hope I'm getting this question right, the way I understand it, he asked, are all lakes pattern lakes, or are some lakes spot type lakes? And the answer is yes. No, truthfully, some lakes lend more to running patterns because of the way they lay out topographically. And what I mean by that is they offer a lot of it. Let's just say, for instance, you've got a lake that has a lot of creeks in it, and you also have a lot of secondary points if you have creeks in it. Let's say you get on a secondary point pattern and you're running the secondary points nearest a creek channel in some of these creeks. And so you're going to want to have a lot of those to be able to sift through in order to duplicate that pattern. So some lakes actually set up well for those types of patterns where you can run them over and over and over again, and you could actually continue to run them all day and never fish them all. Now, other lakes don't set up that well. They have a limited number of, say, secondary points, a limited number of different types of topographical features. Let's say you're running offshore humps, and the humps are, say, in topping out 10 to 15 feet of water. Well, you've got to have a lake that's got a lot of humps that top out in 10 to 15 feet of water. Not all of them will, and you're going to have a limited number of those to run, say, a pattern. What it ends up doing is lending itself to being more of a spot type lake. So that really opens up a whole can of worms, because really the reality is a lot of tournaments get won on spots. I think more people think they get won on patterns. History has shown more tournaments get won on spots and areas than do patterns. Patterns are great at finishing in the money, having a great event, doing well, finishing in the top 10, but it's hard to win on a pattern. Generally, more of your tournament winning victories come on areas or spots. And that, I'd love to hear what other guys might think about that. That's my opinion, and I've actually heard it said by one of the absolute legends of our sport, and I agree with it. I think that spots win more tournaments and areas win more tournaments than patterns. That doesn't negate how powerful patterns can be. And I'm actually more of a pattern angler. I like to try to run patterns that I can duplicate, and so that over the course of an event, I can run those, I can find more areas like it, and try to have a few places so that if somebody ends up on that one key area, I can, run to a backup, a B or C type plan. Robbie, I hope that answers your question. All lakes can be pattern lakes, and all lakes can be spot lakes, but some, just because of the way they're laid out and because of what they have to offer, actually are better at one or the other. Just for example purposes, I think Bull Shoals is a great lake to run patterns because it has a lot of creeks, and because of the creeks, you can run and duplicate kind of a pattern, and you almost never run out of areas to go fish. if the pattern holds true in different areas of the lake. However, I remember an Elite Series event where Brandon Polinick won the entire tournament on a bridge in the back of a creek, and I believe he caught, if he didn't catch all his fish, all 20 of his tournament weighing fish over the tournament out of there, he caught the majority of them out of there. So definitely, even on a lake that lends itself to running patterns, spots can still produce winning weights. And I think both can, there could be arguments for both on that. But yeah, Robbie, I hope I answered your question. Thank you for that comment and that question. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and hit the subscription button. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you feel like some other anglers that are friends of yours would enjoy this, go ahead and share it. That's pretty much the only way this channel grows. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. Until next time, good fishing.